We all know Eddie loves eggs, but does he like making money just as much? Well, now I've got to clean all of this mess up. Today I want to find out if Eddie Abbew can turn his views into cash just as effectively as he turns his eggs into muscle. Or maybe, unlike his diet, his sales funnels could use of a little improvement. And at the end of the video, we're going to give Eddie a score of how good is he at actually making money from his social media. Now, before we go into his sales funnels, first of all, let's have a look at his social media. The fact that this guy's got 3.8 million followers across Instagram alone absolutely blows my mind. Now, nothing against him whatsoever, but I really fail to understand as to what's so special about him as a person. He is in the most competitive niches out there. Now, the top 3 most competitive niches on YouTube right now are beauty, gaming, and fitness, and he is clearly in the fitness industry. Unlike C-Bum or Ronnie Coleman, he's not exactly a champion, and he doesn't look amazing as, say, Mike Thurston is. So where on earth did he get these 3.8 million followers? Still blows my mind, but massive respect to him. So he's got 3.8 million followers on Instagram, he's got 1.4 million followers on TikTok, and he also has 169,000 subscribers on YouTube. Out of all of these 3 options, if he had to make as much money as possible, YouTube is the one he has to focus on the most. But with that being said, let's first of all look at his Instagram. His Instagram has got ex-bodybuilding champion, qualified psychiatric nurse, Eddie Abbew, his email address, free analysis quiz for tailored plan, and then a tiny URL, which we'll look into in a minute. All of this, in my personal opinion, is not necessary. People know what he does if they watch his content, and people like who he is as well. They know about the fact that he's an actual nurse. His email, in my opinion, is just not necessary. What he needs is one thing and one thing only, and that is a very clear lead magnet. Something to give of value to his audience so that he can collect their email addresses and start email marketing to them throughout the next few weeks and months and so on. So let's have a look at his actual URL and what does he provide. Okay, so start quiz and reclaim your health the real way. Take my free no BS analysis quiz to find the most effective way to achieve your specific health and fitness goals. Okay, takes 30 seconds. So far, this is very, very nice. It's nothing about him and how amazing he is and what kind of results he's got. It's all about you, the viewer. In other words, he's answering the question, what's in it for me? And here, I'll get a free quiz. So let's do it very quickly. Let's say I'm a male, I'm 10 to 19. I happen to be 4 foot tall. Let's say I'm under 100 pounds. And I eat whatever I like. I don't pay attention much to my nutrition. I'm sure he'll be happy with that. I'm skinny fat and focused on losing weight to reveal a more tone-defined look. And then type in your name. So my name is Ben Alistair, and then I'll put in info@benalistair.com. Hopefully, I'll get my results. Nice. Okay, so this is actually his now landing page once you have put in all of your details. So first of all, forget everything you know about fat loss. Okay, here's how everyday people are losing fat and keeping off for good without dieting. By using a little known insulin control method that's taking the industry by storm. Okay, that sounds a little salesy to me, and also this much text is just crazy amount, okay? We can definitely reduce that, make that far more punchy, and also remember, what's in it for me? Try to actually give me some sort of result that I would potentially be interested in. So let's say I have to lose 5 to 10 pounds, something about that to actually speak directly to me. Here right now, people don't like text. Now, I'm not going to go watch his old video. I don't know how long it is. If you finished just my health quiz, congratulations. Control method works. Okay, interesting. Nice. We have some testimonials. Okay, I love that. I think these pictures should be way bigger, and there is no need for that text at all because I can't read it anyway, to be honest. There's too many to count. Okay, cool. I like that. I've helped hundreds of people learn the insulin control method and lose fat like never before. So far, he's impressive. I'll be honest. He's impressive. Introducing my insulin fat loss with full book. Okay, cool. And send over, and then he charges us 41 pounds. I actually quite like that, okay? In my opinion, it's a little bit too many questions and also a little bit too much text, and I don't really like the editing, but I would give this sort of ebook probably an 8 out of 10 if he just fixes the text, makes the images a whole lot bigger, and makes the text much more compelling around why you need this and why this will absolutely change your life. This, in my opinion, is good, but it could be so much better. But that, guys, is a very, very good start. And I'm sure he actually sells quite a few of these. But let's keep going. Let's have a look on TikTok. 1.4 million followers, not as good as Instagram, but still, that is very, very respectable. 100,000 view playlist, 500,000 view playlist, 1,000,000 view playlist, and so on. Okay, in my personal opinion, if you want to make as much money as possible, guys, once again, it is not about how many views your videos have gotten. People do not care. What people do care is actually making playlists that would be useful for them. If they like your content in the shops, make the content in the shops as a playlist. If they like your content about ranting about other people and other companies, make sure to make a playlist around that. It's what's in it for me. What do I find entertaining? That's what I want to see. I do not care how many posts of his has got 500,000 views or 1 million views. That doesn't involve me at all. So that is definitely one negative. Now let's have a look at the tiny URL here. Is that the same free quiz? Okay, so it's leading into exactly the same plan as well, which is amazing. What I also really like is that he's not pushing me anywhere else. It's very, very simple here. What he's got here, one thing, and then free quiz for a tailored plan. In my personal opinion, this text could be free quiz to find out, how to lose 5 kilos or something like that. Something for more beneficial, a bit more concrete, a bit more specific as to how I would benefit, as opposed to just get a tailored plan. Let's move on to his YouTube. I'll be honest, his YouTube is not the best, okay? His Instagram and his TikTok is doing quite well so far, but let's have a look at his YouTube. So first things first, his banner, okay, eat real food, Abbew, wake the fuck up. Okay, fine. Hopefully that doesn't get me demonetized, but we'll work with that. I personally would change that in order to speak about the people's results. What exactly is he getting for the people? That's what matters to me. Educating people on mental and physical impact of eating whole natural foods and taking care of your body. Okay, that's a very nice and simple instruction. And then we'll have a look at stand store. So let's have a look at this. When you have one too many links, people get confused and they will completely click off. Okay, so first things first, he's got ultimate fat loss guide and a muscle building guide. Why have two? Why not just combine the two into one and get in shape guide? That's how I would call it, and probably price it for about £35, making it much, much more simple. Matter of fact, this is exactly what he's got with his fat loss bundle. So why not just eliminate those two and have a lot less options? Second, he's pushing people back onto my YouTube channel. So essentially from YouTube, you go onto this and then he pushes you back onto YouTube. And what I really don't like is that he's trying to push you onto these other platforms as well, which are not as useful in terms of building credibility, in terms of building a rapport. Ideally what he wants to is take that off completely and push people down to his newsletter and also push people down to his whatever else he's trying to sell. But on top of that, he's got brand new merch. Okay, we're going to look into that. And then he's got a Pro Preps Meal YouTube channel and also Cookbook by Selena Abbew. So he's got 3 links to 3 different channels. Also, he's trying to sell, I'm guessing, his daughter's cookbook as well. Now, understand that he's trying to do the nice thing for himself and his family and so on. But if you want to make as much money as possible from YouTube and from your social media, you want to keep this as clear as possible. So this is exactly what I would do. I would make this picture bigger and potentially change it all across here. I'll get rid of all of these links. I would just have fat loss and muscle guide as a big link here. And then I would also have either his merch, which I don't agree with selling, but we'll go to that in a minute, or I would have his newsletter or his quiz and stuff. So basically I would just have 2 things, his quiz and his guides, and that's it. As a fitness influencer who's got millions and millions of followers and millions of views, I definitely don't think he's monetizing it the right way by just selling a guide and just selling some sort of merch or something like that. But we'll talk about that in a minute. It's exactly what I would do if I was him. This, in my opinion, is kind of going downhill a little bit. He was doing really well at the very start. We got the fat loss, the prep pro meals, pushing onto people onto another link, which makes no sense. And then he's got Eddie Abbew's Olympian gym. So I'm guessing he has his own gym. Personally, I don't think this makes much sense for him to put it on his YouTube channel because, let's be honest, he's got a worldwide audience. Very, very unlikely will these people actually travel all the way to see him at the gym. Who knows if he's going to even been there. So personally, what I would do, I would just have one link to his product and to his quiz. That's it. The simpler, the better. Then we'll actually go on to his YouTube channel, okay? And one of his actual YouTube descriptions. In his description, so first of all, what I like is the fact that the description is actually not too long. He tells exactly what he's talking about in the video, but doesn't go on making an essay from ChatGPT, which is good. Then he's got 2 links. That is also good. However, his first link is my private community, which is school. Okay. So in his school, he's got 613 members paying him $47. That's around 25-30 grand a month. Very nice. And he's got a nice VSL here as well, and actually speaks about what you're going to get out of him if you actually join this community. And I think this, because of this and because of this video VSL, is why he's got so many members, which is a good thing. Okay. The problem though is the fact that he said my private community. I, as a customer, couldn't care less about your private community. What I care about is what am I going to get out of it. Instead of that, I would put community to keep you accountable and put in the link for school.com, or potentially community to help you lose 10 kilos and put a link to school.com. Those slight changes in the description will increase his conversion rates, and therefore those members can easily go from 600 to about 1,000 just by changing what he actually says around here. And then he's got my ebooks. Again, as a customer, couldn't care less about his ebooks. I want to know what is the result that he's going to give us. Be careful, the site may be harmful. Well, there's a problem, but I'm going to take the risk. And then you have Stan Store. Where is his ebook? That's like a broken link. That is a big problem. He's putting in a link on one of his videos that doesn't actually add into his ebook. Again, very sloppy from Abbew. So some of the things he's doing well so far, some of the things he's not doing so well. So I will definitely keep that in mind. But we have to move back onto his merch. This is not 2016. This is not 2017, 18 or anything like that anymore. I personally wouldn't be selling merch if I was him. What I would do is 2 things and 2 things only. Number 1, I would have potentially a newsletter where I get as many email marketing people as possible and therefore then sell them onto a potential guide, a workout plan for £35. It is a very easy, scalable business that you just sell off each and every single time. Second, I would continue with his school community, but I would definitely remarket it to make it better. And thirdly, I would just have an app instead that is on a subscription model. That's like $9.99 on the Apple Store. There will be thousands of people paying him each and every single month to get a customized workout plan. Matter of fact, I would completely ditch the guides that is basically in PDF, and I would just create an app and then a community. 2 things, keeping it simple. That's what would make him so much more money. That being said, he clearly doesn't listen. He doesn't want to think that merch is the best thing to do, which is perfectly fine. At the very top, it says, come on guys, buy my merch. What does that say to you about him? I personally don't like it at all. It's just basically saying, come on guys, give me money. This is shit. Again, I understand that that is his logo or whatever, but personally, I don't think that is what you portray and put in at the very beginning, especially when right underneath you have all of your merch here. But fine. Then you have Abbew official merch, and then you have a whole bunch of t-shirts. Okay, so there's no such thing as for men or women, what different sizes, how did they look? There is no models or anything like that. Okay, so let's say we click on one of these, t-shirt that says this is shit. Okay, so we get to choose different sizes, and it does say sizes here, and then that's it. And then obviously you can share it, tweet it, or pin it. There is no models. There is no Abbew actually showing what this t-shirt will look like on him or other people. There is no testimonials, reviews, or pictures of other people either. So for example, on Amazon, you would have a whole bunch of reviews saying whether or not they like the t-shirt or not. Again, something simple here. This is shit t-shirt that you just need to buy and pay him right now. Personally, I'm not a big fan, and literally that is the whole website. When it comes to e-commerce, Abbew needs a lot of help. We've gone through his Instagram, we've gone through his TikTok, we've gone through his YouTube, and we also gone through all of his merch and the things that he's trying to sell. I think he's missing a big trick by doing so many things, by having so many links, not just of himself, but also his daughter and his whole family. And by having all of these links into other social media pages, he's getting tons and tons of customers simply confused. Just by having a nice sales funnel that is very, very straightforward and simple, he would be making 3, if not 5 times more money than he's making right now. What I would do, like I said, it's very, very simple. All of his social media should point to one thing and one thing only, and that is his quiz, which is actually done really, really well. So that is a bonus thing there. What I really want to know is actually what he does with those emails. Does he get them? Does he put them onto Klaviyo and segregate them, or does he keep it really, really simple? Which is fine either way. The fact that he's getting them, I'm sure he's got thousands and thousands of emails. So he's done 90% of the work to actually make a lot of money from social media, but I really think he's missing the trick. If I was him, what I would do is 2 things. Number 1, get the newsletter done. Number 2, the community. That community should be sold at the end of each and every single email as an accountability way, as a way to making you in the best shape of your life, even if you're in your 30s, 40s, or 50s, helping you lose the weight before upcoming Christmas, helping you with the weight gained after Christmas, and so on. So having an accountability community, that should be one of his number 1 goals. He could easily go to above 1,000 members paying him $47 each and every single week, and that would straight away double his revenue off the back of just that, having a very simple and focused approach. And then second, what I would do, just like a few of the other influencers out there that are actually clever with how to make money, and that is just to create an app. Ditch all of the guides, ditch all of the PDFs, just create Eddie Abbew's This Is Shit app, or whatever you want to call it, I don't care, and basically sell it to the masses on your social media, and basically say, hey, with this app for $9.99, I will give you a customized plan for your workouts and for your diet to make sure that you stay on track, that you don't eat all of this shit food that you see on Tesco, Sainsbury's, Waitrose, or whatever that I post on social media. And we are going to get you in the best shape of your life for 2025. That is how I would sell that app. And again, both of these things, the community and the app, are infinitely scalable. He could run a 7-figure, even an 8-figure business with 5, 4, maybe 6 members of staff maximum, having 80% profit margins going out to his bank account each and every single month. Eddie Abbew, if you're listening, please do get in touch. I'd be more than happy to help. But for this, probably give you a 7.5 out of 10 for making money out of your social media views. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.